welcome to Damage Does D&D and our Tuesday evening campaign of Helloran Rising, episode 47. Yes, 47, you heard me. I did say 47. So, the last we were here, after going ashore to find a campsite, Celeste, hears something strange from the tree line, a sort of bass rumbling sound. Gus announces he's going to investigate, and before anyone can stop him, disappears into the brush. He spies some very large beings talking in a language he does not understand. He heads back to the group silently and clotheslines Yorick straight into the river. There is much laughter and shouting, and the sounds of the giants stop. Snow and Trellador start to head off back to the boat, while Gus and Yorick argue that you should try to talk to these beings to see if there's any information you can gather, and with that in mind, they set off towards the giants' camp. Reluctantly, Florian, Celeste, Melissa and Miette follow along. You do indeed see two giant beings sitting at a camp discussing and pointing at a large ruin beyond their camp. But more investigation of that has to wait, as the giants react very poorly to Gus and Yorick's advances, and a fight ensues. The giants also seem to be confused that you are still here after they swing at you, as if expecting you to disappear. The fight starts to go badly, with Trellador being turned to stone. With acrobatical stabbing from Snow and histrionics from Miette as she fails to land a hit, and decides that pickpocketing is going to be more fun anyway, the giants are starting to be worn down. Florian manages to reanimate Trellador, and the giants are swiftly dispatched. The Tabaxi discover some interesting items on the giants, and the ruins are investigated. They have carved figures in cowled robes, and the one at the top has two orange glowing eyes, but no other facial features can be discerned. Talk turns of where to sleep, the party being divided on this: the Rune Fane, or on dry land near the strange ruins, although the dwarves have a third option in mind, and that is, as they have indeed killed some monsters, there should be treasure nearby, and they should definitely search for it right now. So that's where we pick up. You are the bodies of the giants cooling in front of you. Florian is near to the ruins investigating, and Melissa has something to say.
You missed a bit in the recap. The bit that alerted the giants to us was there was a loud bang behind Melissa that terrified her.
There was that too. Sorry, I do apologise.
Right, come on then, Yorick. Let's search the camp.
Let's go find the treasure.
So we're going to search around the campground where they were sitting at the bonfire, see if there's any treasure there.
Alright, so give me an investigation check. You can do one each, or you can have one with advantage. Entirely up to you.
Should I do it with advantage, seeing I'm the clever one?
Right.
That's 19.
19. Nice. You don't see a huge amount around the camp. There are two large boulders that have been set as seats. The fire is quite large. There is a spit with some meat on it that looks to be charred, probably overcooked on one side and undercooked on the other. So
I've got to try.
Been turning it.
Got to try a bit of that.
Yeah. Okay. You cut a bit off with your knife. The underside is very burnt. The meat is not quite cooked yet. So
do you like it raw or well done?
Medium.
You can't have it medium. You got to have it raw or well done.
Well, I'll have it well done then.
All right, here you go. And I'll do two well done bits, and we can crunch one each.
It's an odd taste. You're not quite sure what the animal was, or even if it was an animal. There don't appear to be any sort of limbs of any kind. It's just a big sort of chunk of meat.
And I'll throw the rest to Bridris, because Bridris is still there.
Yep, Bridges.
Although she's already half eaten the giant, so she should be pretty...
She takes time out from chewing on one of the giant's legs to come over and eat a bit of the meat you give her, then she wanders back to the giant.
Well, if there's nothing here, they were pointing over there through that gateway thing. So that must be where the treasure is. Come on,
Let's go.
Beatrice, come on.
You
Maybe
head,
that-
I'm not finished my dinner. You said
All
I
right.
could eat whatever I wanted, so I'm eating whatever I want.
All right, well,
Don't order me about. What do you think you are? You think you're my dad? You're not my dad. You're my mum. Wait.
All right. He didn't quite know how to handle that.
Yeah, Bridges has got very confused and sort of sits down and just appears to be contemplating exactly what she just said.
Okay.
I'd maybe not run into that straight away, you two.
What? There's
No.
treasure.
Bye.
Find the treasure. Bye.
Okay, so you're approaching the gateway thing.
Mm-hmm.
As I approach, can I look more closely at the top figure on the archway where the two eyes were?
Absolutely, you were doing that anyway, so
Do
yeah.
do they do anything different? Because I didn't go that close to it. I was just sort of like campfire
Yeah.
distance away from it, wasn't I? So I just want to see if they react any differently to beings being closer.
No, they don't appear to.
Okay.
So, as you two approach this ruin, well, it kind of there's two pillars that go up with the carvings on each side and one in the middle on a sort of cross beam. But there's lots of sort of broken stone, almost like steps up. I mean, this is a large thing. You're probably going to have to sort of climb up the first step, as it were, because it's
Okay.
actually taller than you. It's about 8 feet off the ground.
Wow.
But yeah, you get closer and closer. Nothing appears to happen. You can see through the gateway some more trees beyond.
Oh, so it's just this thing. There's no ruins behind it.
No, that's as
Oh,
far as
right.
you can tell. It's just this.
Can I keep the distance what I'm at, and can I go round the back of it and have a look to see if there's
Sure, yeah. You go circle around the back.
any different carvings or anything on it?
You make a quick perception check because you're a bit too far away for an investigation.
Go on then, Yorick. Give me a leg up.
Well, then.
Okay. So you
19.
19. It appears to be, as you go round, the carving on the side of the pillar that you were looking at, sort of straight on from the campfire, as you move, it moves with you. So it's always facing you as you move around to the back.
Okay.
And as you go fully round at the back, you can see at the top the hooded figure with the orange eyes is there as well.
Does it seem to turn for us while he's moving around it?
Make a perception check.
I'd be watching it as well.
I think that should be a disadvantage though, because I am climbing up the wall.
Disadvantage because you're not really paying that much attention.
22.
11.
11. You're not. I mean, there's the carving today. You're not really interested in that. You're looking for treasure. 22. Melissa, you are looking at it, and you can see the carving straight on at you on the side of the pillar. You look at the other one, and it's straight on at you. From the side of the pillar, the one on the top is just looking straight into space. What you do see,
Right.
Florian, as you round the back, and you look through this sort of opening, you can see something appearing, and it's grunting and sweating, and it is Gus as his head appears across up to the opening of the pillar.
So I can see through. That was going to be
You
my next
can
question.
see
If I could
through
see
it.
them through it.
The Gus,
And
as you get up, as you get
and
to
I'll-
your feet, there's a couple more steps to go up, but you can just see through the pillar. You can see Florian on the other side.
I'll wave at him, then get down on my hands and knees and give Yorick a hand up.
I'll circle back round to the others, still keeping the same distance away from it.
Okay, as you go, the cowled figures
Okay.
move with you. As you circle back round.
As I get there, I'll be like, that was a bit strange.
Yeah.
The figures on the sides, as I walked round, they kind of turned round with me.
They
That's,
focus on you.
Um,
didn't
Have you
move a
tried
dial
two
over
people
here.
going in different directions and seeing if they follow?
well, did it seem like they move when?
No, they stayed looking this way, as far as I saw.
It might only appear from the perception of the person who's looking at it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well done, Snow. You caught up to what we was talking about.
Maybe
I have a
somebody
bad
else-
feeling about this.
As Gus, as you
Yeah, me too.
drag Yorick up the first step, the other steps are large, and there's only 3 of them, so you can actually sort of clamber up them. It's not a
Yeah.
problem. The pair of you are now stood on this ruin. You can see there is fresh earth sort of scattered around, on it, and the hooded figures and the cowled figures on the sides are looking directly at you.
I'll get my sword out, start poking at the earth and poking around, see if I can find any treasure.
There doesn't seem to be any. You sort of poke through the scattered earth, and it's just small stone. Are you going through the opening, or are you going round the pillars, or you
I'll
can
go straight through it, looking. Yeah.
Okay. Yorick, are you going with him, or are you going to wait and do something else?
I'll go with him.
Okay. So, as the rest of you are all looking at this pillar and discussing whether the things move as while you're perceiving them, or as Snow says, he's got a bad feeling about this, both the dwarves disappear. You see them walk to what looks to be the other side of the ruin, and as they do so, they're gone.
Similar to
Yeah. It had been a while.
similar to the underneath. Well, not that was underneath it, but
I mean,
the
the sewers.
sewers and the
I mean, they're gone. You can no longer see them.
No, but how they walked through, I mean, so did they just vanish completely, or was it like the bodies kind of merged into it?
Well, none of you were really paying attention to what the dwarves were doing. You were more discussing about what was going on. You can make a perception check if you wish at disadvantage.
Give it a go.
Yeah, I'm just sitting watching this unfold, thinking, "Yeah, this is going to go wrong."
Yeah, 7.
7.
So
No,
that's fine.
you 1 minute they were there, the
14.
next minute they were gone.
So,
Oh,
what are we doing about the dwarfs?
The dwarves have walked into something.
With a very, very large sigh, Snow sighs, gets up, draws 2 daggers, and just starts marching towards the arch.
Okie dokie.
Hey,
Looks
looks
like
like
we're
we're
committed.
doing this.
Well, we can not hardly leave them in there, can we?
Very true.
I mean, for all we know, I mean, we could be going on a nice trip back to the hills again.
Could be.
So,
And
what do we see at this?
Well,
point?
I was waiting for them to finish doing what they were doing. Gus, Yorick, you finished poking about with your swords and bits and pieces to look, and there's no real treasure yet. And as you walk through the archway, you get a cold shiver down your spine, as if somebody's walking over your grave. You know when that's that kind of thing. And you find yourself in a very strange place indeed. There is blackness at first, and as your eyes adjust, you can see it's cold at first, but it starts to get warmer, and lights appear at the sides of your vision and get brighter, and eventually a room is revealed with a sort of white marbled floor and white marbled walls, and the ceiling is it's difficult to tell if it's domed, concave or convex, but it's jet black with little tiny pinpricks like stars on it. And if you look up, it seems to stretch forever. It's quite disorientating. You look back down and the white marble floor and walls. And there is a small black envelope on the floor.
Oh, I told you there'd be treasure here somewhere. I wonder what that is then. Let's go have a look.
What are we going to get in an envelope?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a nice letter or something.
So you picking
I'll
the
pick it
envelope up? Okay.
Oh, God.
You pick up the envelope. There's nothing written on it.
I'll open it.
You open it. There is a small black piece of paper inside. As you pull that out, in silver Gothic plate writing.
Very nice.
It's the following message. Welcome, friends. Please try to relax. Have a seat. Nothing else. You're looking around for a seat.
Yeah.
2 incredibly comfortable chairs are just there. You could have sworn they weren't there a minute ago.
Is there anything else in this room, like treasure?
Make a quick perception check.
I'm going to be looking around for that as well.
Yep, okay.
15.
15.
Oh my god, I need me lights on. There we go. 16.
16. So 15, 16, fairly similar. So, what you see when you look around are these 2 very comfortable chairs. Overstuffed, plush, dark black, inky black chairs. And there's a table between the pair of them. Nothing on it, just a table. Black wood, beautifully carved, simple, elegant legs. But nothing else. White marble floor for about 50 feet in any direction. White marble walls and this black sky.
Don't touch those chairs. Remember last time, that chair that tried to eat people and we had to piss on it?
I was about to say I'm going to jump on a chair.
Yeah, no, don't do that. That's a bad idea because it might eat you.
So I'm going to go and sit on the chair.
Okay. As you sit, which one? The left hand one or the right hand one?
Right.
Right hand one. Perfect. So you sit in the chair, and it is beautifully comfortable. It's not too soft. It's just firm enough to be supportive and yet incredibly comfortable. And the arms are at just the right height so you can lean your arms on it. This is a very comfortable chair.
Is it eating you yet?
No, it's great. Come and sit down, mate. Tell you what, this little table in the middle would be perfect place for a couple of beers right now.
All right. Are you sure it's not eating you?
Nope.
Okay, I'll sit
I
down.
mean, I am sure it's not eating me.
As you sit down on the left-hand chair, it is a very comfortable experience. There is comfort, support, and on the table in front of you, between you, there are 2 tall tankards of frosty ale.
Oh.
This is a magic room. We've treasure.
I was going to say, you know what would only make this better would be a great big pile of treasure on that table. I start looking around like this. Drinking my beer.
Yeah, beer.
The beer is astonishingly good. It's cold, but not too cold. And the foam just leaves that lovely little along your moustaches. It's like that white foam that's always good.
I like this room.
This might be the best room I've ever been in.
Me too.
So, while
There's
Black
a big pile of treasure on the table.
no treasure has appeared yet. Whilst this is happening, the rest of you are following Snow, marching up to the doorway, ruin.
I'm probably
thing.
saying something along those. Well, this wouldn't be the first time we've walked into some strange magical doorway because of the dwarves. Wouldn't be the second time or the third.
I'm just walking. As I'm walking, can I try and use that connection with Clouds to warn him that we may not be coming back, and I'll call him if we need him, and for him to carry on to Skylock.
Certainly. Let's make a wisdom check, please.
15.
15. You reach out with your mind and sort of convey that information, and you can feel that sort of cracked mind feeling that you had before when you were communing with clouds, and you hear, "Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes, we can do that. I will wait for you unless you don't come, and then I will go, but be ready to come back. At your will. Snow."
Creepy.
Yep, that's cool. And then Snow will just bound up the steps because,
Okay.
cat-like climbing
So,
speed.
are you waiting for the others, or are you going to go through?
Oh no, I'm just walking.
Okay.
I'm just expecting them to follow.
So you go.
Yeah.
You all one by one
Yep.
appear in this room where your two friendly dwarves are sitting on what looks like comfortable chairs, having a beer and talking about treasure.
I instantly look behind us to see if there is any form of a gateway or anything.
Make a perception check.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
You did, didn't you?
I didn't really care.
That's not
Dwarves,
important.
dwarves.
15.
15. There does not appear to be a door or gateway at all behind you.
Classic.
Maybe the treasure's friendship.
How many of those beers have you had?
That is a beautiful conclusion, but something tells me there ain't no treasure here.
Well,
As
the
we've had
really,
before.
really comfy chairs and bloody marvellous beer.
Yeah, tell you what, guys. We got in here. There was a little note. It said sit down, and then there were some chairs, and they are great chairs. And then I wished for some beer, and there was beer. I mean, just
Gus, Yorick,
what you want.
can you get out of those chairs?
Well, it didn't eat them.
I understand that you might not want to, but can you?
Important question.
Coming up.
Do you know, it's pretty comfy. All right, try and get up.
Okay, so the pair of you both stand up, beer in hand. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
It's fine.
Cheers. And sit down again.
Does this room feel similar to any of the others we've been in, i.e. the temples or anything like that?
Yeah, is there any iconography?
There is there is. I'll let you know. There is no iconography here. The floors are made of white marble. The walls are made of white marble. The ceiling,
Yorick,
as
I think.
it's difficult to tell if it's convex or concave, but it looks endless with inky black sky with tiny stars on it.
Yorick, I have an idea with my newfound power. You know,
Careful.
I don't know if you know. I'm kind of a big deal now.
I've heard that about you.
And I'll try and mimic like what Yorick does when he communes with Riorc, to sort of open my arms, and I want to do divine sense
Okay.
to see detect good or evil.
Okay. So you cast divine sense, and Yorick, you can see this sort of. You can feel it more than see it. The presence of Riorcs. There's a sort of aura around Trelador. And you extend your newly found divine sense, and there is no evil or good here.
While he's doing that, Snow's just going to look at him, cock his head slightly, whisper a word, and then Trelador start to feel slight tremors under his feet.
Okay, what are you
Thaumaturgy.
casting?
Thaumaturgy.
Okay. The ground is just sort of vibrating under your feet.
I'm just going to smile smugly at Yorick, like, this is all me.
Oh, that's good.
Can you do this?
I've never tried.
Oh, maybe one day I'll teach you.
You must be getting pretty powerful if you can make the ground shake like that.
I could also check for magic as well. Watch this, and I'll do my magic awareness as well.
There doesn't appear to be any normal schools of magic here, no.
Right, I'm gonna fish for an intelligence check. Does the appearance of this place match anything that I've read or been taught about other planar areas, like the Hells or anything else that Vale may have taught me?
Okay, make a history check. Florian, you see on the table between the dwarves and all of the other chairs that are ready for your convenience, a small black envelope.
Oh, there's one for you too. Look, read it. It'll tell you to sit down and take it easy.
16 on the history.
16.
Look, I got one as well.
You don't recall anything of this description. It's odd. It doesn't. Although it kind of, you get hints that it isn't on your plane, but you don't know what plane it is, if it is a different plane, but you're fairly certain it is, but you're not really sure where.
Did the dwarves see this other envelope, or is it only me?
Yeah.
They can see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll walk up.
I just picked you because you were.
No, that's right. That's
noticing
fine.
things. Was all.
I'll walk up to it and pick up this new envelope.
Pick up. There's no writing on the envelope.
What does it feel like? Does it feel like a normal envelope?
It feels cold.
Paper or?
It's cold to the
Inside
touch.
check the envelope.
It's cold to the touch. You pick inside check an envelope. But yeah, it's like a very cold piece of paper.
Okay.
It warms
Again,
up as you hold it.
I'll open it and
Open. There's a note inside on black paper, silver Gothic writing that says, "Welcome, friends. Please try to relax. Have a seat."
Does the writing look familiar to anyone I would know, or any of the scripting or books that I've read?
Oh, that's a good one. Make a religion check or a history check. Up to you.
Mine will definitely be history because it's better.
Okay.
That's what I was going for. But yes, thank you. I've asked that and I didn't even think about the importance of the question, and now I'm going, what dice? You beauty. 20, non-natural 20.
20. This writing is well, it appears you've seen it somewhere before. This Gothic kind of script, not these exact words, but you know the style. And it's a very old book that you remember about moving on, the afterlife. What happens next?
Oh, the freaking waiting room of the afterlife.
Welcome to Limbo.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to
Everybody.
Yeah.
Natural alarm, but just information which I'm remembering. But the scripting, this writing on these letters is very much like a book I once read about what happens next after you die.
Are we dead?
I don't think so. I somehow think
You are not dead, no.
There you go.
Thank you. Who said that?
And you look around and there's a young woman. She's about 25, 26, humanoid-ish. Dark brown skin, tightly curled hair. Wearing a black, what looks like doublet and hose. With a sort of, almost like not really a cape, but a shawl. Everything is black. And she...
Hello.
Hello. No.
Thanks for the beer. I take it that was you.
You're very welcome. Yes, it was.
It's really good.
Well,
It's really good beer.
it certainly should be. So, you have decided to pass on. That's wonderful.
Well, no, we came looking for treasure.
And you shall find it.
Oh, that's good. Where do we go?
Well, just one moment. We'll have to deal with you each in turn
Oh, right,
to figure
okay.
out exactly where you should be.
I said I had a bad feeling about this.
Oh,
You say that about everything.
there's nothing bad about this. It
You do
happens
realize
to
what passing
everyone.
on means, right?
Was it
As
like
in
wind?
passing on, as in dead, as in not in the world anymore.
I mean, I passed on second breakfast once, but that's about all.
I I turn to address the figure. Apologies.
No
we,
apologies needed. You are highly entertaining, all of you.
We are, well, as far as we know, we ain't dead.
Oh, I assure you, you very much are dead.
But you just said we weren't dead.
Hey, that's a wonderful archway that you have then.
No, indeed, you're not dead. You are merely awaiting your final state, as it were.
What does that mean?
This means that, well, you, for instance, you are a follower of Reorcs, is that correct?
Of course.
Marvellous. And of course, your cousin? She snaps her fingers and a book appears in her hand. And she sort of, and then she picks up an hourglass, looks at it, and then puts it back, picks up another one. Huh. So you two really shouldn't be here, should you?
No, we just came looking for treasure.
Very well.
It was like this archway thing, and we were just poking around, and suddenly we're here getting beer, and it's lovely.
May I ask exactly where you were before you were here?
In the woods.
We were.
Perhaps
Yeah, where were we?
can narrow that down just a little more for me.
Well,
We
we
were
were.
in.
All right, you do it then.
Sorry, apologies, cuz.
Yes, do actually. Shh. Young sir, you were talking.
All right, so we were on a boat, a magic boat, which was really fun. And then we stopped,
Right.
and we heard some noises in the woods. So we went to look, and there was two giant people things in there. So we went to say hello to them, and they were very nasty, and they tried to hit us. So we sort of took care of them. And then, because they were monsters, we had to find treasure. And they were pointing at this archway thing. So we started poking around looking for the treasure in the archway. Then we were here.
Okay. One moment. Looking at looks at the book again. Oh, I see. Snaps the book shut, and as she does so, it disappears. So you definitely shouldn't be here yet. It's not time for you.
I shouldn't be here either.
Another book appears. An hourglass. Correct.
I think you'll probably find that none of us should.
Well, let's just check, shall we?
I mean, Florian might need to be here.
Florian.
Fuck's sake.
Florian? No,
As-
no. Clump.
Oh, good. My heart started beating and my brain started racing there. I was like, don't say anything.
Another two books appear. One for. She looks at you, Miette. No. Snow. No. And she brings another book up for Melissa. Takes out an hourglass. Says, "Huh. Now that's different."
In what way?
Oh, you'll find out. That's not for me to say. But
I
needless to say, you
don't like the foreboding nature of that.
will be. You seem to have made some sort of pact you're not supposed to be in. Is that correct?
I
Opens
didn't
the
make
book
it
again.
myself.
I mean,
I see.
Wasn't by my hand, as far as I know.
Well, you're not supposed to be passed on quite yet.
That's
Which
a relief, but I'm still concerned.
maybe. And
Yeah.
oh,
This
she
is the bit I was worried about.
looks at Celeste. Ah, you're late.
Oh.
Closes the book. You were supposed to be here long ago.
She's not very good at keeping time.
I mean, that kind of
That would
answers a question that we've had for a while.
Yeah, that does make sense. Somewhat.
So, as you are, most of you, not due to be here for quite some time yet, well, some of you I will see soon-ish. Others, maybe not. You may all walk back through the gate, and I will see you later on. Yes, Gus.
So where's the treasure then?
There isn't any treasure.
Well, let me explain. I am known to some in this world as Remora. I am, how can I put this? The goddess of death.
Oh,
You're kind of a big deal.
So you're the one that
I am a
helped.
little bit of a big deal, yes. You can't really have things without me. So
You're the one that helped Pelodas and...
my brothers. Poor Peladas. Bless him. Still.
You're crazy.
Well, crazy is not a term you should really use about gods.
He's not crazy, he's just...
Insane, yes, I agree.
I mean, I wouldn't have said that because...
Well, I can, I'm his sister. But...
I mean, I'm not going to argue. I mean,
he can be difficult sometimes, but he has had a very hard time.
I mean, eons of imprisonment will do that to you.
Yes, it will. But I, as I was about to say, am the personification of death. And as such, I look after people and things and creatures when they pass on and make sure that they go to the right place that they're supposed to be.
well, I must say, a lot of people are scared of death, but you're really, really nice.
I do try. I mean, why would it be anything? Why would you want to be scared of death? You've had a hard time at the end of your life. It's probably nice to see someone who is, friendly.
Yeah.
When you say we can leave, is that all of us, including Celeste?
Well,
I mean, it's not her fault she's late. She did get thrown forward in time.
that's what the book says, yes. Cat on string.
Is that what happened to her?
And Remora says, cats. I like cats.
I mean, we are quite nice.
Yeah. You can be a bit stabby.
Yes, but
Well,
that's when
that's
people are
cats for
trying
you.
to kill us.
Miss Remora, can I ask a question?
Just Remora, it's fine.
If
Or goddess of death. She who cannot be evaded. That sort of thing. But Remora's fine.
okay, Remora, thank you. For those who can leave at the minute with no unquestionable doubt by your looks, if we decided to stay because we had friends here, does that implicate us or things?
Unfortunately, if you were to choose to stay, you would not then be allowed to move on until you return to the world. So you would have to stay in this room. Now, whilst this is a very nice room, I suspect it may get boring after a millennia or two.
So if we stayed because our friends may not be able to walk back through, then we'd have to wait for that
your
outcome.
Friends you can all walk back through. The problem may lie in when you walk back through too.
I mean, this is not our first rodeo with, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
The last few months to the hills.
Normally, you would if I mean doesn't happen very often, people coming here and then being sent back, but you would be sent back to the exact instant before that your life is in, if you know what I mean. So if you're 25 years, 6 months, 2 weeks, 1 day, 3 hours and 24 seconds when you step through, that is the exact age you will be when you step back. But
Right.
the timelines for this may be different for some of you. Because although your friend Celeste here is a certain age, shall we say, her certain age at that timeline does not involve being with you. Or shouldn't. So it may, I'm not saying it will, it may put her back into her own timeline. Where she should be, before interference and moving people about timelines, which is not... it's not a brilliant thing to do.
Slight question, Remora. If we were to use the... who's got the well?
I do.
If we were to use the well to exit this place, would that still apply?
Well,
or would we be able to circumvent some of the...
I think that's a very good plan. Because I suspect you don't want to be separated.
I mean, not really, no.
And I don't think young Celeste, by the look on her face, does not want to be sent back to where she would have been.
No. That is
So,
not an option.
I suggest that yes, you could certainly use this well of many
it's just
worlds, is it?
I'm not specific on the name. All we call it is the well.
Well, it's in your book here. It says you've used it several times already.
Yes.
Good. Yes, you could certainly use that.
I'm sorry.
I've got another question.
One at a time, please.
Oh, go on then. You go next.
My only question was that if we had skipped about with time through being on other planes,
through the hells,
that
you mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could see where that one was going.
Yes, that might have an impact, as it were.
Because we lost a couple of months to that.
Yes, then it would indeed put you back somewhat.
Does that mean we'll beat ourselves?
No.
Oh.
But if we're in the future and we go into the past in the future as well, then we can go and say hello.
Only if you're your own grandfather.
Oh. What?
And she smiles at you.
Very confused.
I
think
I quite like the idea of drinking myself under the table.
Yeah, you're possibly one of those drinks.
Yeah, you can pass. There are many drinks of different kinds on the table.
The bottom line here is we go back through the portal, we lose Celeste. We go through the well, we all stay together. If we lose a few months, I mean...
No.
Well, what I was saying was, if you go through the portal, you will lose the months, or rather gain back the months that you lost, and be at that point. And without your companion Celeste. However, if you use the well, you will end up somewhere else. But you will all be together, and time will probably, and I can't say for certain because the well has its own laws, be, and depending on where you end up, of course, time continues to move. It's just where you dip back in. Now, you can usually only move forward. So using the well may appear that to shoot you forward in time again, but in reality you have spent that time in a different dimension or plane where time passes at a different speed. It's okay. Let's break it down simply. Time is a weird soup. I may have borrowed that from somewhere.
This is all getting real
I've sent you
in my head.
Sent you a DM, Jazz.
Sorry. Okay.
Very Jeremy Bearimy.
At this point, Snow's
Yeah.
just sitting very, very sort of like nonchalant in one of the chairs with his legs over one of the arms.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a question unrelated to time stuff.
Okay.
What happens when you move on from here? Are we allowed to know?
Well, where do you think you go?
I just thought I'd be hanging out with Reorcs, just getting pissed.
Me too.
Then that's where you will go.
Awesome!
I don't control where you go. You control where you go.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool.
If you believe you should be somewhere after you die, then that's where you shall be. I merely look after you until you get to that place.
Do you know what that makes?
You don't believe.
Do you know where we're going to be? We're going to be in the best pub in the world with reorcs and lots of lovely girls.
I mean, if that's where you believe you should be, then that's where you shall be.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Miet, did you want to...
Yeah, I was asking what if you don't believe?
You don't believe you do anything? You believe you just stop? Is that what you're saying? If that's what you believe,
More or less.
then that's what will happen.
But how can you believe that that's what happens when you like see shit like this?
Given what you have seen of my people, what makes you think any of the gods are worth our attention?
Well, tell you what, if you couldn't start worshipping reorcs with us, you can come into our pub and have lots of fun at the end of the world.
There you go.
I mean,
The pub at the end of the world.
in fairness, Miet, I mean, it wasn't a god that did it to them. It was a chaos lord. So branding both gods and all of the gods with the same brush is a little bit heavy.
Melissa sits down in one of the chairs, holding her head and trying to nurse a headache.
So, I can see that I've overloaded some of you with information.
I wouldn't worry. She's a bit dramatic anyway.
Well, so would you be if you had done what she has done.
What's she done?
Only she can tell you that.
Ah,
What have you done?
I'm not sure she actually knows. Yet.
Can you hint?
I kind of want to get out of here because just
No, I kind of want to stay.
knowing about what happens after you die is making me loopy.
Yorick,
doesn't
ready the well.
doesn't knowing that after you die you just kind of go where you want to go bring you like the most peace ever? Why is it making your head hurt?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Well, I suspect that some people believe that they are going to eternal damnation.
Well, are you a better person then?
That's not quite how it works. It's
Snow
how
just
believe.
points.
If you feel guilty for something, you feel guilty for it.
Indeed. And I feel very sorry for you. And I hope that when you return to the world, that you can work it out. So that you can believe that you are a good person. You should be going somewhere that will be nice. Or, in some cases, that you believe nothing happens and there is just an end to you. Well, there is really never truly an end until people forget your name and the things that you did.
This is getting too much for me again.
So if I'm gonna live forever just in the pub with Reorcs, because that's where I believe, and I'm not gonna forget Melissa, then you'll live forever through my memory.
Well, quite. We all live through each other's memories.
Snow's got a remedy for Melissa panicking at the moment, so the brain paper bang will happen behind her head.
Okay. Who's that? Behind your head.
Uh,
Remora looks at you, Snow, and says, "Now
I
that
probably
wasn't very
squeak and
nice,
fall
was
out of
it?"
the chair.
Okay, so I understand you are having an existential crisis right now.
I still am.
I kind of need you to pull yourself together because we have to make a decision. And
I'm having an existential crisis, and now my ears are ringing.
It's not always about you, Melissa.
I mean, I
I
can do it.
know.
I can do it again and see if we can encourage a bit more cognitive.
Function.
So
Yes,
we
that is right.
Can we
Function.
just get out of here?
using the
Yeah.
well then?
If we get
Right.
out of here,
I mean,
Celeste might not come with us.
and she gestures to the glowing portal with the glowing
Not
orange
through
eyes.
that.
And I mean, I've become quite attached to Celeste.
Obviously, we're not
I'm
going to
sure
be
she'll be
leaving
very
her
happy
behind.
to understand that.
If I may make another suggestion, we have a very unique opportunity here where we are safe in this room, which is quite a remarkable thing to say. And we don't know what dangers the well will bring us into. So maybe
You
we
just
should
stay.
rest here for a little while.
I mean, if you want to stay here for the rest of your life and go insane, that is entirely up to you.
I am not suggesting the rest of our life. I'm not even suggesting a full week. I'm suggesting a couple of hours.
I mean, you are,
Our
of
magic
course,
users can recuperate, our warriors can heal.
you are, of course, all welcome to stay as long as you need to stay.
Can we have more beer if we stay?
Beat me to it.
She points at the table. There is already beer there.
Oh, well, there you go. Let's just stay here for a couple of days and rest up a bit.
It's not a bad idea, Madame. Yeah, maybe just as what the night would be, just to get a good night's sleep and then set off all fully loaded.
Right.
So
well,
we're going to have a little camping trip in the waiting room of death.
you may all
Excellent.
have a long rest
Oh, thank you.
now. During this conversation, you've had a long rest.
Amazing.
And if that doesn't worry you, well, you're not really paying attention, are you?
It doesn't worry
Yeah.
me at all.
Well, there you
I didn't
go
think
then.
it would.
Not for me to sort out.
It's magic beer.
Yeah, I'm going to join the dwarves and start drinking.
Remora,
Mm.
slight question. While we are in here,
Mm.
how fast is time passing out there?
Well, as I understand it, this room works slightly differently to the other places. So, I think every 24 minutes is 24 hours outside. So about a minute an hour. Something like that.
So by the time we make a decision, we'll be in here for about 8 years.
I mean, it's entirely possible.
So the quicker we make it and potentially get the well and go through is the better.
She walks across to Melissa, just puts an arm round her. Now, my dear, and as she's very cold to the touch, and her eyes are bright orange. She looks. Now, you don't need to worry. Please, you are. Well, I shouldn't really tell you this, but I'm sure that you're going to be all right. You may well even change your mind about where you're going. If you listen very carefully to your friends, those that love you, you will come to see that what you believe now is not what you will always believe, and is not what you have always believed. People change. Bear that in mind as you go through the world. So, she sort of pats you on the shoulder. listen to your friends, help them make the right choice. I mean, I won't say that we will never see each other again. We will. I'll see all of you at least once more.
Well, in a way, I look forward to it. It's
And I
lovely.
look forward to seeing
The
you
same
again.
thing.
Absolutely, you have been a pleasure to encounter. It is nice when the vibrance of the dwarves enlightens my chamber. It's been a very long time since
Thank you very much.
two actual followers of Reorx have, three, I should say, followers of Reorx have been within my realm for any length of time.
Yeah, Gus follows him as well.
I understand.
So, sorry, go on, Mia.
Do any gods or other powerful beings pass through here?
Not
I know that's not a very
yes,
common occurrence.
Not
Everyone
common,
does.
but it has happened, yes. Where I've had to guide a powerful being to whatever they think happens to them once they eventually pass, as all things must.
Now, there is an interesting question.
Were you
So-
asking for anyone in particular, or?
No, just wishful thinking.
And who was it you were wishing would be passing through my realm? I'm thinking sooner rather than later to your pleasure.
Oh, I couldn't possibly say their name.
Oh, one of those. She bamps a book into her hand. Oh, him. Fair.
So, if we use the well, we use it pretty quickly, right? And maybe, like we did last time, I'll think of the same place, same time.
I mean, we can attempt it.
Give it a go.
Place and time we're going to think of then.
I mean,
Charles, could you throw up the map again, please?
Well, maybe
Of course.
basically where we
Just grab it
came
for you.
through the portal to get here.
Oh right, the camp of the giant things.
Yeah.
yes.
So think about the moment just as we slew them.
Okie dokie.
There you go. There is the map. You are, well, you were sort of here-ish.
Instead of wanting to go back to the camp where it has already been a day since you killed the giants and possibly their other giant friends who were looking for them will have come and wanted to know what has happened to them, maybe we should take the advantage and skip ahead a little to Durham.
Or
That could work.
I mean,
Let's go to Daggold.
And that is why we need to discuss this.
Yeah, exactly. No. Yarrick, how would... I assume Daggold is your home.
Obviously.
How would the dwarves react to two humans, two tabaxi, and two elves suddenly appearing in with you?
Oh, I'm only being silly.
The-
I'm only on the side. What are you on about?
Yeah,
Then maybe somewhere near Darnham. So like a day from when we slew the giants, and then at least clouds might still be somewhere along the riverbank too.
I mean, if why?
Right, someone just pick. Trellador, you pick. Where are we going?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
By trying to take us somewhere where we have never been, you are overcomplicating it and increasing the risk that we are going to end up somewhere random. Why do we not
Precisely.
just step back out next to the gateway just after we slew the giants? That way we know where we are, we have transport down the river, and we have a good place to make camp if we need to.
It's a good idea, definitely.
There's a reason why he's smartest in this group.
I am not the smartest in this group. I just really think that we overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
Incredibly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you are discussing this, the room gets slightly warmer. As you look around, Remora is nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
Oh,
I think she got bored of us.
Well, I think she has other people to escort.
Mm.
Yeah, probably.
I wonder if I can take this beer with me through the portal.
That's a good question.
Should we go through the well then?
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
going
What are
to
we thinking? Of
get
the
just
camp with the giants that we saw.
that makes sense.
Okay, so you unfold the well onto the floor.
Indeed.
Just
So Snow will get everybody to join hands as we do this, and then he will grip the edge of the well
okay.
in preparation.
All right.
I'll be taking a beer with me.
Okay. Anybody else taking something with them?
Yeah, I'll take a bit.
Okay.
No.
Everybody else is fine.
Just this panic attack that I got.
Just your panic
free of
attack.
charge.
Okay, fair enough. So, you jump into the well, and you can feel that familiar floaty stomach churn feeling as you jump in.
I've DM'd you, Chaz, by the way. Sorry.
And okay, before that happens, then okay. Yeah, I didn't get to that reply, did I? Sorry.
Okay then.
Do you
Retcon all of that.
Okay,
No.
fair enough. Okay, so you jump into the well. All of you sort of getting that floating, stomach turning feeling, and Snow, you grab onto the edge as you zoom through. You find yourself as you thump, 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 thump onto the ground. It's not back at the Giants' camp. There is a large building about 150, 200 feet away from you. There is a road, a paved road where you've landed that leads up to this building. Somebody make a perception check, please.
I'll do that.
Okay.
9.
9.
Ooh,
I rolled
22.
22. Awesome. Yorick, as you land, you you spill a bit of your beer. And you sort of, so as you sort of glance about, you can see this big building and stuff. Yet, as you sort of land gently, you are, after all, Tabaxi, you look around very carefully. There is something very wrong happening here. Because no matter which way you look, your eyes always see in front of you this building and the pathway leading to it. You turn around and there's the building with the pathway leading to it. You turn that way and there's the pathway leading to the building. On what appears to be some kind of lawn in front of the building, there are a number of objects. Strange shapes. Large stones with what look like people chained to them. There are pits in the floor where you can hear very disturbing noises.
Yorick, set up the well again. Pronto.
Okay.
As you
We need to not be here.
as you lay down the well, you hear Miette. Oh, no, no, no. Not this time. Now you're in my realm. Things work the way I tell them to. And if you want to leave, you'll have to come and visit. It's a very familiar voice.
Fuck you, Chaz. I
Yeah.
thought
you
this
too.
when we
Is it-
first got in here. I really did. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Does only Miette hear that voice? Or...
Only Miette hears that voice.
Okay.
So
That was not the voice I was expecting.
you throw down the well, and it looks as normal as ever. So what the rest of you doing?
Let's get out of here.
We right.
Is
Let's go.
does
Yep.
does
We-
Miette
We
react in any way?
Well, she said that she needed to get out here real quick.
Okay.
Miette, you doing anything else? In the split second before the rest of them jump into the well, what are you doing?
Well,
I thought the well wasn't working.
We
I
don't know
said-
that.
I said he'd
We
put the
don't
well
know that.
down. Only you heard the voice that said, "Oh no, no, no."
we're not. We wouldn't leave
Don't
without Miette, I should say.
Yeah, but you don't know. All that Miette has said so far is we need to leave pronto. So Yorick's thrown the well down. Now, last time you
So I will scream stop at them.
okay. So Miette screams stop at you as you prepare to jump into the well. Are you stopping?
Why?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Snow would have been grabbing the edge of it, so he'll basically just flip the side of it over.
Oh, what now?
The rules have changed. I don't believe using the well now will allow us to get the result we desire.
How do you know this?
You
It
can
seems
all
I
hear
have
the
garnered-
echoing laughter around.
Not again.
Welcome to the Pleasure Palace. And as that says that, lights start to flicker on and off, and bright coloured fireworks go off. And everything, the sky turns a sort of a strange shade of pinky yellow. And there appears in the clouds a smiling face of what appears to be a sort of a caricature of a tabaxi. The features elongated, exaggerated. It's supposed to be funny, but it looks kind of scary. And that is where we'll take a quick break. So we will be right back. Let me just throw that onto the break, and we'll be right back. We'll just grab a drink. Welcome back. So, as we were just before the break, you had used the Well of Many Worlds to vanish from the waiting room of one Remora, goddess of death or personification of death, whichever she would prefer at any one time. It's difficult to say. And you had jumped not back into your own world, but back to a world that was grey and boring, and then all of a sudden has sprung to vibrant, colourful life, or a semblance of such. There is maniacal laughter. There is a large, exaggerated tabaxi cat head in the clouds. What would you like to do?
Do we still only see this like blurred periphery with a building in front of us?
Correct.
I think this is the only way
You
we
are
can go.
muted, Miet.
We definitely need to get out of here as soon as we can.
Sigh heavily and start walking down the path toward the house.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a house.
Yeah.
It's a palace. It's huge.
Palace.
Let's
Um,
not go
Well,
that
jump
way.
through the
But whatever way we look, the palace is there. What would you suggest, Willis?
Miet has
Well-
walking off.
Right, come on, let's get this over with. I mean, we already followed these, so why not just follow somebody else?
Just try not to make any deals with anyone. We'll be fine.
Why?
Keep-
It would
Trellador, I keep telling you, I did not make this pact
evidently,
myself.
You
Not
haven't
my own
explained
doing.
it. You haven't explained the whole story.
I don't know what the full story is. I did
Well,
not
maybe-
choose to be in this.
Well, maybe we need to be told before we go in there the full details that you do know.
I just walk up to Trellador, put a hand on his forearm, and be like, remember when we first met and certain times weren't meant for talking about stuff?
I mean, that's most of the time with me, to be honest.
Pick up on that and maybe not now, okay?
But if this has any relevance to what we're walking into, we should be aware. Just saying, I'll leave it there.
the relevance is probably with me at Trellador. Let's get
Okay.
going. We need to get this over with, please.
Miet, as you are leaving behind the bickering of your companions, the world gets slightly more tonally acceptable. The vibrant greens of the grass die back to a more normal hue. The screams and squelching noises from a pit on your right seem to sort of fade away. Instead, on your left, there is a man. He is dishevelled. He looks as he's covered in scars, and he turns to you and says, please help me. Can you get out?
Out of here?
Out, yes. I know where we are. I need to get out. I've been here for I don't know how long. Please, before he comes back.
It seems you can only leave with the Lord's permission.
Please, you are the first person I've seen that is not being tortured in some way. You must have a key. You must be able to get out.
We have no key, but we may have a way, so you can walk with us if you wish.
That would be fantastic. I must get out. I have been here too long.
What's your name?
My name is Bonradi.
Wow.
What is your name?
Miet.
Miet, it is, I would say, a pleasure to meet you, Miet. I hope it is a pleasure. I hope.
Given that
you
name
can-
was familiar to everyone else but me, can I get a spelling of it?
Bunradi.
Is there an even older butlery-looking fellow in the pit next to him.
Make a perception check.
I'm not there.
Okay.
We are walking though now.
Yeah.
I think we're.
Yeah, we're all walking
These
there.
look more people. Are they with you?
Yes, they are in my group.
I see. I will. I'm sorry for my appearance. I have been here for many years. I don't know how long.
It's
But
quite all right.
this way you have of getting out, is it magical?
Yes.
Fantastic. I have a certain skill with magic. Perhaps I can assist.
Perhaps.
Thank you. You have no idea what this means to me. And he sort of looks around. As long as he does not find out or come back. And he sort of, you could hear him cracking his knuckles with nerves. He's really afraid that he's going to be caught.
Now, when we arrived, he spoke to me. He expects at least me of this group to talk to him before he allows us to leave.
Do not talk to him. Do not make a deal with him. Do not even acknowledge him. My mistake in life was to trust one such as he. In fact, him. I tried to double-cross him. This did not turn out well, as you can see.
But, my friend, there is a vast gulf of difference between trusting one such as him and speaking to him.
This is true, but maybe it will be different for you. It was, I thought, different for me. I thought I was clever. I thought I could talk my way out of this, but apparently not. But I wish you luck, Miet. All the luck in the world.
My thanks.
You are most welcome. You will need it. And he sort of falls in step behind you. So the rest of you start to catch up, and Miet has a new friend.
You thought the words were bad.
New friend there, Miet?
He asked for help.
Do you help him?
And Miet has been very kind to say that she will allow me to walk with you and perhaps escape this place.
And if we facilitate his escape and the lord of the place takes it out on us, that's okay.
We already know the Lord here has a particular liking for me, so I do not think the rest of you need to worry.
I mean, we can trust this person? You've just met them. I mean, I've been travelling with you lot for a long while and I barely trust you lot. And you're willing to trust this person you literally just met.
I mean, I'll be honest,
He said anything about trust. He's walking with us.
Shit.
All that Miet has said is she would allow me to walk with you and perhaps escape.
Forgive me for being a bit jumpy. This place, it's a bit unnerving.
I understand.
Try being
But you
here
should know
for many
Trevor.
years. You will see exactly how unnerving it can be.
I mean, do you have a ballpark figure on how long you've been here?
I have no idea. Sometimes it feels like a day. Sometimes it feels I have been here for hundreds of years.
I mean, where are you from?
I am from the continent of Karlan, the world of Karlan.
No such place.
I've got to do it because it's my character.
Uh-huh.
No, because it's you.
Is he telling the truth?
Insight check.
Does
Finish.
Celeste have react? Has Celeste mentioned Carl?
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah. You would pick up on the fact that Carlin has been mentioned by Celeste.
What part
19.
of
19.
Garland?
Yeah, he's definitely telling the truth.
About the years and he doesn't know and Carlan and
Correct.
all of that.
Yep, all of that.
What part of Garland?
I knew you were going to ask me that. Hang on.
It was Isle Halfmourn within Smurf, off the coast of
yes.
Isle of View.
I'm from a country called Smer, or Smear. I used to own. I was so lucky. I used to own an island called Half Morn.
Sounds delightful.
It was a beautiful castle up on the high cliffs. And as he says that, the palace you're walking towards changes into a high cliff face with a wandering path up to a large castle.
Did it look a bit like that?
He doesn't look up from before. Probably if he's doing it again.
And what did you do in life? What was your...
I was a powerful wizard. I dabbled in arcane arts. I wanted power. I made a deal with the Lord to get that power.
Your first mistake.
My biggest mistake, not my only mistake.
Interesting.
Quite. So, as you continue walking, the castle and the cliff face fade away, and it's left with a small, say, 30 foot by 30 foot wooden building with a plain wooden door on it.
Look familiar to any of us? If it's changed from this palace to this castle to this...
I mean, does anybody remember a 30 foot by 30 foot wooden building? Plain wooden door? Then no.
Then no, yeah, that's fine.
Nobody's mentioned it so far.
I shall knock on the door.
You
Have to be polite in these
knock on the
situations.
door. The door swings open. Wasn't locked.
Fair enough. Go on in.
Inside, it is dim but not dark, and you can see row upon row of shelves with glass jars on either side, stretching far, far further than the 30 feet
Bigger on the
of this
inside?
building. Yes, very much so.
I'm having flashbacks here.
That was the plan, James.
Okay, traumatized.
We'll start looking at
The
jars.
presentation was different,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Now will immediately
He's a
turn
chaos
to...
lord.
Yeah. He will immediately turn to the
changes it
door.
up every second.
I am going to say this. Please do not touch anything.
So, Miette, you were looking at the jars, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Not touching, not taking off the shelves.
Make a perception
Just, you know,
check.
We
Looking.
do not want to provoke him.
Oh god, yeah, I remember this bit as well.
And we're back to usual. 15.
15. Oh, it's not too bad. The jars all seem to have something in them. It's difficult to tell what. They're sort of floating, moving, swirly, gaseous type of thing. And they all
Yeah.
have names on the jars. Some in languages you don't understand. Others you do. You can see names. Nobody you recognise, but definitely names.
Hmm. I think it would take me a very long time to try and find the Wandering Guts jars.
I mean, if you wanted to search for them.
Well, I need to have something to do before he turns up, so...
Okay.
At the bit where Martin would remember this stuff.
So, hello. Do me an investigation check if you're looking for a particular jar or jars.
16.
16. So, are you looking for one in particular, or are you looking for anything that you recognise? One in particular.
Well, no. Both.
Both.
I'm sorry, that's the most answer I can give on this, both.
Okay. Let me see what I
Yes.
can do with that. Okay, let me just...
All of them.
Okay.
Yes, like there is one jar in particular she'd like to find, but she would also like to find anything related to Wandering Guts. So...
Okay. So, you search along the shelves. And these shelves, there are a lot of these shelves. And you start seeing names that are familiar style. So they're Wandering Gust style of names. You still don't see anybody you recognise, but you certainly found a section, perhaps, of this place where Wandering Gusts, or certainly Tabaxi names, are more prevalent.
Okay.
Just keeping an eye on our newly acquaintance with us to see what he's doing in here.
Okay, make a perception check.
Snow's shadowing him yet because, you know, he's very conscious of getting skinned.
Fair enough.
I'll let they get 15.
Actually, you can make an investigation check as well, Snow. 15. He doesn't seem to be doing anything. He's certainly not doing what Miet's doing. He's not searching him on the shelves. He's just sort of following Miet. Sort of still looking at the floor, trying not to bring any attention on himself. I get the feeling he's sort of hiding within himself, within your group.
Okay.
23 on investigation.
23. Okay. You start to pick out these names as well. And you... At first they're sort of generic Wandering Gust Tabaxi names. And then they get to the more familiar style of names. Things like Miet, like Minahill. You feel that these are more modern iterations, although still not quite as modern as Miet, Minahill, etc. And would you get 23, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. You see, if I can find it. Yes, you find a jar with the word Elanthe on it, which I'm presuming is the one that Miet was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you point it out to Miet or not?
He will nudge her. So he's got her full attention. And then it will be sort of just a quick sign. And then just point a claw in Thieves' Cant. And just point at the jar.
There it is.
You say take the jar.
No, point out the jar.
Point at the jar. Sorry, there was a skip in the feed there for me for a moment. Right.
It's all the wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, it's even affecting Discord stream.
Yep.
But
So-
Snow would very vehemently sign, "Do not touch it."
Just out
Okay,
of curiosity, what does this particular jar look like?
It
Like
looks
the contents.
identical to the other jars. It has the nameplate Alanthe. There is, as you look a little bit closer into this jar, the same sort of swirling gaseous cloud. All sorts of different colours. What do you want to do?
So presuming this is Helm's realm, he knows everything that's going on with it, you know, I will just start addressing the air. Is this all you do with them? It seems a waste.
There's no reply.
What are these things?
I believe these are the deals he has made.
The jars.
These are...
Jars.
No, the content of the jars, they're whatever people have given up as their part of the deal they have made.
It's unnerving how many of them there are in here.
I mean,
There are many people willing to make foolish deals.
what are we talking here? I mean, is this people's
Florian, give me a
spiritual
perception check,
essence?
please. Florian?
Florian, sorry.
Is this,
I thought you
is
said
this-
sorry, give me a perception
No,
check.
Florian.
Yorick,
Yes.
do you think this could be people's spiritual essence? I mean, in
15.
your experience.
Yeah. I won't touch it, but let me. I'm just going to go up to the nearest jar and just
Okay.
have a look, see if I can pick anything up from it.
What are you looking for exactly?
So
So over and above what I've already described, this jar with a gaseous
Yeah.
swirling colours in it. What is it you're trying to determine here? What?
well, Snow had just mentioned the term spiritual essence. So I suppose if I could pick up on a soul or something.
Okay. Give me a. How are you doing this? Are you going to talk to Riox? Are you going to call upon his power? Are you going to cast a spell? What's the plan? Give me something to.
Yeah, okay, let's see. I specifically want to not touch something, so I'm not going to identify because I think I need to handle it. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to have a spell which would.
Well, it doesn't have to be a spell. I mean, you could reach
No.
out and ask Riox for assistance.
Yeah.
Or you could ask your paladin friend, or you could.
That's a good point. Can you reach Rios in the Chaos Lord's realm?
That's kind of where I think I'm going to head to. Yeah. I was just. Yeah, none of that's gonna. Yeah, none of that really fits. Okay. Yeah. In that case, I'll sort of go up to one and I'll I don't know how big this is.
I mean, the jars are sort of about that wide.
Are we talking about, the 500 gram Nutella jars? Sorry, not the kilo Nutella jars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll sort of gently surround my hands, not touching it, very specifically, not touching it.
Okay.
Close my eyes and see if I can reach Reorx, and just send him a general question, not specifically trying to talk to him to ask him a question, but just sort of send a vague connection question.
Fair enough. Okay. So roll a religion check for me.
First time I get to do it with expertise.
Go for it.
And I rolled a 2.
So go on then. What's your total?
Awesome.
6.
6. Yeah, I mean, it's a very weird place. And you sort of tentatively reach out for Reorx while trying not to touch this thing. And send this sort of vague query as to sort of, are you there kind of thing. And you don't know whether it's just you being a bit too tentative or not wanting to disturb the vibrations in this place by reaching out to reorcs too hard. You said that you probably could get hold of reorcs if you tried really, really hard, but you suspect that if you did that, it might alert whoever's place this is that you're doing that.
Right. So I didn't kind of put everything into it just because I didn't want to be channeling through anyone else's magic. Yeah, I don't know, basically.
Do I have a suspicion on what's inside these jars?
Oh, I know for certain. This one here is the protection of the Wandering Guts. That is what keeps us all safe in the Midwoods.
So what's in the jar? If it's the deals, what's actually in the jar?
Well, these
Melissa,
most precious to someone.
how are you determining what is in the jar? What's your plan? Who are you reaching out to? What are you doing?
I'm reaching into what I've been taught by Vale, considering what she may have gotten up to in her previous line of work.
Okay. Make a religion check.
Did I see anything with my perception check?
You did not. Everything is hunky-dory.
Why does somebody tell me my religion's higher than Yorick's, despite expertise?
Your intelligence is higher than mine.
Yes.
My natural intelligence is -2.
Yeah.
I'm right, the clever one.
Yeah, Gus is the clever
pretty
one.
good.
Yorick's the wise one.
Yeah, 24.
24. Okay. So you close your eyes, thinking about what all of your training back and what Vale has said and every sort of nuanced, trying to gather as much knowledge as you can from remembered conversations and remembered looking at arcane books and objects. And you hear it. The voice of Fiona. Oh, hello. Oh, you're dealing with Balo. Oh, how sweet. So, anyway, the knowledge you require, my dear, we can gather that quite easily. In those pretty little jars are all of the souls that Balo has collected. All of the deals that have gone wrong, all the deals that are still ongoing. The soul of the one that the deal was struck with is in one of these jars. Isn't that lovely? A bit boring, perhaps, but lovely nonetheless. Now, I best be gone, otherwise Balo may find out you're here. He may already know. He may be coming for you right now. Wouldn't that be amusing? Because you know where your soul is going, don't you? Your soul is going
I'm
in
now
my
at this point
top
trying
pocket.
to break away from what Fiona's
My
saying.
top pocket, where I will just every now and again give it a little tweak, just to remind you of my love. Speak to you soon. And the voice drifts away.
Do any of us see a reaction from Melissa while this is
Do
going
they,
on?
Melissa?
Yeah, for all the time that Fiona's speaking to her, Melissa's just kind of shivering, and you can see the any of her hairs just standing on end.
Snow will move over to her, and I want to essentially use one of my first level spell slots to use something akin to fog cloud to essentially sort of like wrap my arms around Melissa and sort of try and use the enfolding calmness of water to sort of surround her and
Okay.
try and bring a level of calm to her.
All right. Make me. Ooh, this is going to be good. So using the mechanics of the spell Fog Cloud.
Yes,
Right.
but he's going to manipulate it in such a way to
try and-
enfold.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how successful you are at that. So give me. Give me a fog cloud hug roll. I'm not sure what to do about that one. That's a new one on me. Give me a D20 roll with your.
I mean, this is completely new for me, so he's not even
Just
really
give
sure.
me a straight D20 roll.
Okay,
I did have a suggestion, sorry, Chaz. I was just sorting out the cat.
18.
18. Yeah, this sort of wall of what colour fog?
So you'll just see this roiling cloud, and it sort of undulates almost like waves, in very different shades of blue and teal, almost like the sea and the river.
Okay, so you're surrounded by this not cold but just slightly warm tinged fog cloud of blues and teals. It's kind of reassuring. It's a bit odd to start with, but it is
I
kind of
probably
reassuring.
panic a little bit at first, but then kind of relax as I realise it's not like black smoke.
It's
And
not
as you sort of
the
look up in-
fog. It's
Yeah, or something hellish.
it doesn't appear to
And
be.
And as you look up at Snow, you can basically see the same, like, his eyes go sort of almost sapphire. And you can almost see sort of the flow of the waves.
Nice. Okay.
Are you okay?
No, but well, we'll see about that one.
Give yourself a moment and use draw on what I am doing. Find calm and peace in the water.
Is our new acquaintance still doing what he's doing?
Make a perception check.
Let the magic of Paladas steal your mind.
Only one bit this time, 16.
16. As you take your eyes off Melissa, which is difficult, I mean, she's obviously in some distress, you see Bunradi take from under his cloak one of the jars and smash it on the floor.
Oh.
You unfortunately missed earlier with
Him taking it.
him taking it off the shelf.
What have you just done?
And as he's standing there, this sort of cloud envelops his head and disappears into him, and he seems to grow a little taller. I thank you, my friends. You have been very, very useful. Now I better go as...
I dart up to him and punch him.
Okay. Make an attack.
Wrong page. 17.
17. You see as he wipes a hand up and your fist goes poof into some sort of invisible shield. Miss Miette, I thank you very much for your assistance. For the walk, it was lovely. I will now be leaving you. Enjoy Mr. Balow's hospitality. He vanishes.
What was all that about?
Told you we can trust him. I'm a good reader of people.
What happened there?
I'm going to address the air again, saying you could have, prevented him from leaving if you'd gotten here a little sooner.
I think he got his soul back,
Still
or
no
whatever
answer.
was in the jar.
I turned to kind of the commotion. The urns hold souls. Every deal that Pelos made, they're in those
And it
urns.
seems they can be returned.
Should we smash them all? Then all their souls will be free.
That
Oh,
would be
no.
an awful idea.
oh.
Because
All those poor
The-
people whose souls have been stolen
You'd
will set
be-
them free.
angering a Lord
We
of
already have
Chaos.
one deity angry with us. We do not need a second.
I mean,
All right. Well, how do we get out of here then?
I don't know. He's currently ignoring us.
How did he get out of here?
Yeah, he just went.
We can always try the well again. Since our host is not deciding to appear, we may as well.
Well, would be the best option.
The only thing I can suggest is if he got out because he smashed his deal jar, have one of us got a deal jar keeping us here? Has anyone seen their name here? I know there's lots of jars, but who's made a deal with Balo? Now is the time to put your hand up.
I don't think any of us have we?
Just out of being paranoid because I
Uh-huh.
gave him a gift. Is my name here?
You want to look for your name.
I want to look for my own name.
Okay, make an investigation check. With advantage because you are already in the section you think that has...
He's in the dodgy tobacco.
Natural 20
Oh,
Very
yes.
nice.
For a total of
for 21.
21. But it is a natural 20.
Not my
So
strong stability.
you search hurriedly for your name through these hundreds and thousands of jars that are around. You see many names that are close to yours, but no, you don't actually see your name. You do, however, see a name that is very familiar to you, which is, I can't remember her name. Bugger.
And then bugger.
No.
Oh.
I got the family tree here if you want me to send you a picture.
Her name is Darcy.
I'm sorry, what?
Her name is Darcy. Uh-oh, just broke Debbie. So, you can see the two names that you know. One is called Darcy, the other called Elanthe. What do you want to do?
Yorick, Melissa,
Yep.
Mhm.
in your opinion,
Hmm.
what would happen to the souls of those if their jars are broken when they're not present?
I have no idea.
Would not know, and I don't particularly want to be probing more questions in that direction right now.
and more to the point, if you break the jar of somebody who's made a deal, you may be putting them in grave danger. You don't know why they made the deal or what deal they
You would-
made.
Certainly be undoing whatever deal was made.
If it is a deal made for protection, then you would be removing said protection. If it was a deal made to save somebody, you would be removing that from them.
Oh, I see. Just as well I didn't smash him then.
Well done,
Yeah.
guys.
We should be leaving.
Does it look like
No.
there's an end in sight of the corridor?
Make a perception check.
I'm going to pick up Elenthel's jar
Okay.
to see. Still trying to get a reaction from our host.
Okay, what was your perception check?
16.
16. As you look down this corridor, you can see, not too far about, sort of 30, 40 feet, you can see what looks to be a trapdoor.
There is a trapdoor up there, everyone.
As you pick up Elantha's jar, you look at it. Inside, the brightly coloured gaseous form flickers and sort of comes to the surface as if saying hello, kind of welcoming you. And you hear in your head, and only your head, well, 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 what do we have here? One of my kitty cats playing with that you should not. I suggest you put that down.
Are you going to actually show yourselves to us so we may pay our respects to the Lord of the Realm?
Well, I suppose so. The trapdoor
Well,
flies open, crashes against the floor, and you see rising, stepping up some steps that you can't see, is a familiar figure of Balo. So, we have been naughty, haven't we? Did you like Bunratty? He was a lovely chap. Did some unspeakable things. And I got rid of him as a favour to someone who was quite dear to me.
And all he needed was to be escorted here?
Oh, he was not escorted here. I
The jar
took
back.
him. Because some very nice people decided that they were trying to kill him. And I explained to them that killing him would be the easy way out for him. And I agreed to bring him here and to torture him for all eternity, as he had already double-crossed me, or thought he had got away with it. He didn't. I always win in the end. If I remember. I always remember. So, what do you think of the
Letting him
palace?
escape now. You have not actually completed your part of the deal.
Escape? Oh, he thinks he's escaped, bless him.
Oh, I see.
That wasn't his jar. He thought it was his jar. It's not his jar. If we were to go outside and you feel a sort of shift as the blurring of the jars and the shelves past you, and you are suddenly outside, and you can see a large rock, and chained to the rock is Bunratty, who looks across at you and said, I tried. And you watch as the rock pushes its way through the flesh of Bunratty, just leaving his neck and face. So, you see, it's
Indeed.
really not a good idea to, how can I put this? Annoy me. Annoying
no.
me does terrible things to a person. I mean, imagine what this fellow did to get that kind of reaction. And I am just a friendly person. And as you look around, there's a sort of weird, sort of, almost like carnival music playing in the background. It gets slightly louder. And as you can see, there's a sort of Ferris wheel type thing, just turning, but slightly too fast. If you were on that, you'd be very unwell. So, Now that you're here, do you want to see the sights?
I would be delighted.
Ah! I knew I liked you. You're so much fun. So, followers of Reorcs, there's a section just for you three. So
Oh, cool.
what you guys could do is, and he goes, and a pit opens up beneath the three of you.
Oh,
And he sort of looks down and he goes, well, I mean, you didn't think
Can
it
they
was
not
going to be
come with us?
fun, did you?
They are part of my caravan.
Are we in the Midwood?
No,
Really,
but
are
I am
we?
still Madame Miette.
You are, Madame Miette, but tell me, where is your caravan? Is it here?
Right here. Yes,
Really?
these people are my caravan.
I don't see it.
You of all people should know that things are not always as they appear.
This is very true. So tell me, where is your caravan?
I told you they are right here.
Oh, the members of your caravan, sure, are here. But your actual caravan, where is that? That which offers comfort and protection and warmth and shelter to all of the denizens of the caravan. Where is that, per se?
I do not know how many times I can repeat myself.
Well, as you cannot produce said caravan, I would suggest that said caravan is not here. So the members of the caravan, sure, they are here, but the actual structure, the one that gives, the meaning to it all, where is that? It's not here. And
That
you,
is true.
with your funky boat.
It is large to fit through the portal.
It is it not? Yes. Unless you, of course, you put the portal on top of the caravan. That could be interesting. Something to think about. And your little boat. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? He sort of gestures to you, Snow, and a sort of strangely misshapen copy of the Rune Effain sort of starts to float through the air.
Snow just arches an eyebrow.
I mean, it's okay, I suppose. But I could get you a much bigger boat. One that you could go maybe hunting for shark. Would you like a bigger boat? Would you like a better boat? Would you like your boat to be right here? No? Okay. Don't say I don't offer interesting things. Beer! Perhaps somebody wants some beer.
yes, please.
Oh, marvellous! As you stand, the ground sort of pushes you all three back up, and two tankards, pitchers of beer, appear on the floor next to you.
I wouldn't drink anything from
Come on, it's only polite. You just
Was that polite? Dropping us into a pit?
I mean,
no, but it was fun, wasn't it?
quite. Now,
We'll
I
do
suggest
first.
I do partake of the beer, gentlemen, ladies.
Thank you.
You're not playing any tricks on us, are you? Say, as I'm drinking the beer, I'm not waiting for an answer.
As if I would play a trick. I mean, come on.
And you got your facts a little bit wrong.
I do?
I'm not a follower of Reorcs.
Are you not?
I'm his champion.
A champion. That's even better. You must feel so proud. You must be, on cloud 9 with your... I take it this is a new development. A champion of Reorcs. We've not had one of those in a very long time. Tell me, what is it you champion? When you're out championing in the world, what is it you do?
Well,
Well,
the finer details, we haven't really fleshed that
you
out.
haven't really fleshed that out. I see. So, and in return for this championing that you don't really know what it is yet, what is it that you get out of this?
I have power.
Power. And power is from Reorx.
Well, some of it's just my innate ability, but
Your
some
innate
of it
ability.
is from him.
So, what would you say to perhaps more power than you currently have? Perhaps I could give you even more power. Perhaps a better axe. And he makes... Do you remember this? An image of the axe that Yorick broke is in his hands. Remember this one? It was so beautiful.
I do remember that.
Yes.
And my eyes will just dart to Florian and then back. Just the briefest just flick. And back to Balo go. I've made too many commitments in the last few days. I'm not making any more.
I see. Well, you could just renounce your championship and be the champion of Balo.
You don't know a lot about me. I'm not about taking the easy way in life.
Really? Gosh.
No, some things worth having, you have to fight for.
Indeed. Oh, you want to fight for it?
I didn't say that.
We can certainly arrange a fight if you wish to have a fight. Perhaps you could fight Florian. He's fairly good at fighting, isn't he? Perhaps
He's
the two of
really
you
not.
could fight.
He's really not.
Well, I've had a brilliant idea. I will make Florian my champion and give him what his heart desires. And in return, you're my champion, and the champion of Reorx could do battle. Not to the death, that would be boring. Perhaps for some trinket of some kind. What say you, Florian? Do you wish your heart's desire?
Don't say anything.
Excuse me. Did anybody interfere when you were being a champion of Reorx, when you were being offered this championshiping that you have?
I hold my hands up.
I'll
give Florian that stare of like the partner stare, like.
So, as delightful, Florian, as you are, I can tell, a student of the martial arts, a student of devotion, of love, almost, as it were. Perhaps what your heart desires, and you see an image of your sister Dakota. Perhaps your heart desires this. Perhaps...
As gracious as your offer is, Mr. Balo.
Mr.? No.
Sorry, Balo.
Balo will be fine. Today. Tomorrow, mayhap I will use Lord Balo, destroyer of worlds, creator of worlds, creator of everything. Chaos Lord, supreme. But today, Balo.
I do take heed from what Trellador just said. I don't like taking the easy way for anything that I like, so...
Okay. Not even when it could save your beloved sister. I could do that, you know.
I'm pretty sure you've just told me you can do anything. Create worlds, destroy worlds. It's amazing.
All I would require is you to become my champion.
There's a destiny for everyone, Balo, and I don't think that's mine.
Destiny. Nope. Doesn't exist. Sorry.
But thank you kindly for the offer.
Oh, you're most welcome. Any time you wish to rethink, please just let me know. So, Madame Miette, you've visited How do you like my
I
palace?
did not realize you had a realm. It is a quite nice place. Pretty little cottage.
As you say, pretty little cottage. A pretty little cottage appears with roses above the doorway. Like that? Or would you prefer something larger?
Oh, me? Oh, no. I could not possibly live in something that's stationary.
Wheels on the cottage. Poof. And a large caravan appears. Very similar to yours. But more decoration. Slightly over the top florid colours that are just a bit on the edge of nausea inducing.
It is very nice.
I
Though
thought
it is
you might
missing
like it. It's missing, sorry? Something?
my name.
I could
My
put your,
name painted up the doorway.
I can paint your name anywhere for you. Miet appears upon the doorway.
Mm. And I presume on my own jar in your collection as well.
Well, do you like the caravan?
Not enough to want to take it from here.
But you do like it.
I like it well enough.
Thank you. I'll work on it. Interesting. So, you and your friends are adventuring?
Passing through
Passing through?
Yes. with the Lord of the Realm's permission.
Sorry, who? Oh, me, yes. I forgot where I was. Sorry. So there's nothing you would wish to change about anything?
Oh, plenty, but I'm not sure how much say I would have in any of that.
Well, a madame of your caliber would surely wish to discuss any changes before any deal was struck. Perhaps
Oh,
we
naturally.
could have a nice long meeting. Somebody could write that down. Yorick?
I can do that.
Perfect. How's the beer?
Very good.
Is
That's
it?
not bad.
Lovely. You are starting to feel a little unwell. Can I have Constitution saving throws and pair of you, please?
Okay. Oh dear. That's a 7 for me.
7.
Oh, 13 for me.
14. Gus, you really don't feel very well at all. Your insides are roiling. It feels like there's eels in your belly trying to eat their way out. It is
Probably are.
horrifically painful.
Beer's nice, but I don't think it's sitting well with me.
And you start to double up in pain, clutching at your stomach.
Ow!
And I would like you to take 4 points of piercing damage as
Okay.
things start to bite at your insides. Yorick, you start to feel this pain as well, but you trying to resist. It's really painful. Again, like eels are swimming around inside your stomach. It's really not great.
I think I've got worms.
I'm wondering, does everyone in this realm displease you?
No.
Are there those perhaps who are rewarded for service?
Of course. I am a just and kind, benevolent ruler.
And yet here on your lawn you only have ornaments of pain.
Ah, well, you see, they in life did vile and reprehensible things.
So you have
therefore-
a second garden?
I have a what, sorry?
Another garden where the people who have pleased you are displayed.
The people who please me are all very much alive. Granted,
I see.
in some cases, extra life.
I didn't do reprehensible things.
Didn't you? So you didn't steal anything, did you?
Steal anything? From who?
I think you know what you stole, doesn't he, Yorick?
Yeah.
You do, don't you? Yorick
What,
knows
what,
what
what
you
did
stole.
I steal?
And you hid it from the priests, didn't you?
I didn't steal it. I rescued it.
We quibble over terms.
Oh no, there's a big difference between stealing and rescuing.
You were supposed to give that to the priests, weren't you?
Well, that was the rule, but I
So,
was always
would you
after.
agree that you had broken a rule?
Well, yeah. But
That's
if the rule's
unfortunate,
wrong,
isn't it? The rule is wrong. Oh, well, that makes everything okay then, doesn't it? If the
It
rule was
does
wrong,
depend on whose rules are being whose rules are being used.
well, quite. But the rule was wrong. The rule was broken. I mean, I'm all for breaking rules, but sometimes a deal is struck, and there must be consequences.
I didn't strike any deals apart from with the dragon who asked me to look after it.
You didn't strike any deals, no.
That's right.
Who did
Did
then?
you see the contents of my shed? All
Well,
those jars,
uh-huh.
every single one of them represents the deal that has been made. So are
Okay.
you telling me that there are no other dwarves that would be willing to strike a deal to, say, find another dwarf that had broken a rule?
Well, it shouldn't be because, I
It
mean,
shouldn't
I'm
be.
sure Reox wouldn't like that.
Well,
If they did that, I'm sure they'd be breaking Reox's rules. So they should be punished.
Perhaps they were. Perhaps they are. Who knows? Who can tell with Reorx? He's such a... How can I put this? Pedestrian.
Well, he told me we did the right thing.
Did he? That's
Yeah.
nice.
So we
Did he
didn't break
also
the rule.
tell the other dwarves that you did the right thing? Or were
No,
you
we
supposed to
told
tell
them.
them?
Yeah, we're going to tell them when we get
Oh.
back.
Marvellous. That'll be fun.
So who you made a deal with the dwarf to
I've
find out?
made many deals with many dwarves.
I think the one he's on about, Yark, is the one that we saw.
I
in
know,
the
but who was the deal with?
I mean, a gentleman never tells.
Yeah, but what about you?
What?
What my companion means to say is that even if we knew the person you had made the deal with, it would not be possible to discuss the particulars.
I am not going to discuss the deal with you.
All right, that's up to you.
Yes, it is. It's my deal. And it's not with you.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you would like to make a deal to know the contents of the other deal.
I don't think that's in my best interest.
I mean, I could tell you who is trying to find you.
If you
and
wanted to,
how best to avoid them. Would that kind of thing interest you?
we're pretty good at avoiding getting into trouble. Us, I think.
Avoiding getting into trouble. You mean walking face first into it like you've just walked into a wall?
Oh, shut up, Snow. You're so boring.
No, I'm not boring, I'm right.
Oh, sorry, I dozed off a bit there. Baylor, anyway, you're more interesting than Snow.
Well, obviously. Young Snow is... he has his own problems, but, nothing I couldn't fix with a better boat. But some people don't want better things. They just want to be boring and slow.
I know.
Indeed. So, we were about to agree a deal where I told you the name of the person that's trying to find you, and in return, you will do a little favour for me.
I think don't hey Gus, don't we already know who was trying to find us? Wasn't it like I can't remember a second uncle or something?
Yeah, something like that. I saw him in that place, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, it's alright then, Baylor, thanks. We
Oh,
already
okay.
know.
Oh, very well. If you think of anything you do need, Balo's here.
I don't want another beer. They give you worms.
Another beer, certainly.
No, I don't want another beer. It gives you worms.
Oh, they're not worms.
What are they?
Eels. They're like worms, but bigger and they've got teeth.
Ow. No wonder it hurts.
Indeed.
I don't like it here. Can we go now?
Of course, you are always free to leave. Madame Miette is in charge, after all.
Can we go now, Miette?
Well, does Lord feel that respects have been given? That calls have been made?
Well,
Are we given permission to leave his realm?
you may leave whenever you wish to leave, Madame Miette.
I thank you.
You are most welcome. And if you wish to see the other garden, let me know sometime. I'll take you there.
Thank you.
Again, you are most welcome. Right, well, suppose I better get to something. And you see, he just sort of fades into nothingness. On the ground where he was standing, lots of tiny white and orange flowers just sort of start spreading around in a spiral.
Do you know what? I think he's bored.
I mean, he could be.
I think that's why he's coming and paying us a visit, because we're fun.
My belly.
No, obviously.
Can you get rid of it for me, Yorick?
Well, the
Perhaps
eagle.
you should attempt to leave here first, because you don't know how a healing spell would react in this world.
I don't know if I can get rid of eels inside someone with a healing spell. I think he just needs to shit them out.
Right, okay. I can do
So,
that.
if we're free to leave any time, yeah? Do we use the well again, or is it just there's going to be a door?
I suppose we're looking around for a door then, see if any of the paths lead anywhere except to the palace.
Make a perception check.
Nope,
No?
that was a 5, I think. No, wait, 1 sec. Slightly better, that was a 9.
A 9. You don't see any doors anywhere.
Doesn't seem to be like any portals or
Make a perception check.
anything like that.
I'm going to question the wisdom of actually trying to use any doors or portals we find in the Chaos Realm.
21 for me.
21. Okay, as you look around, you can see Bunradi has been pushed back out of the rock and is now...
That's going to get old.
Yeah. Something weird appears to be happening to him. His limbs appear to be being stretched now. You look around and there are other paths now, not just to the palace. There's a path that sort of snakes off to the right, and there's a wooden door. There's one that snakes off to the left, and there's a big fancy portal with swirling green mists in it. Behind you there is a stone archway that is black with tiny pinpricks of stars.
Just considering now that those are... Sorry.
So, no, go on.
No, you were actually going to say in charge.
I think one of these is going to be the way out, and I think that one over there, and I'll point to the one with like the pinpricks and everything, could be Death's waiting room again. So it's whichever one we think is going to be the safest to go out of.
Nothing in this world makes sense, so.
Doesn't, but there you go. If anybody's got anything better to add, then.
I think we may be safer using the well, because if that door is actually back to the waiting room, I think the other doors are other entrances to the gods' realms, and we are but mortals.
True.
Speak for yourself.
All I know is my belly hurts.
Mm.
We know that. You keep telling us.
We should get back and get something stronger in you. That might kill the eels.
Oh, that's
Very
a
true.
good idea.
I mean, have you still got any of that orcish mead?
Oh, yeah, we have.
You might have a little bit, yeah.
Still got half a water skin of that.
So
Shall I
the
do
well,
that now then?
Oh.
Sorry. What
Which
were
way
the
we
three balls, Jess? So there was one with tiny pinpricks, that were
Yep.
like stars.
There was
There was one.
one with huge pillars that had a green swirling sort of mist-like interface, and a small wooden door.
Small wooden door look familiar at all, like caravan-sized or anything.
No, it's just a standard sort of wooden door you'd see on any sort of hovel or inn or anything like that. It's nothing
Okay.
special.
There's grandiose or there's simplicity.
I mean, if we had somebody who could probably find out where these doors went to, truly, be handy.
I'm not sure we could trust any magic cast here.
Yeah, I mean, I could cast some magic, but who knows if it will actually work or tell us lies.
We could just pick one and go for it.
I think so.
And that's where we'll leave it for today.
Ooh.
As you couldn't make a decision,
Hmm.
the decision will
I-
be
I think the dwarves actually went, fuck, we've just walked through at the beginning of this episode a door whoops you didn't know where we could lead to. So,
No? Totally enjoyed it. I mean, if I wasn't feeling so bad, I'd just walk through one anyway.
Mm.
Yeah, the first part was absolutely fine. Second part, somewhat less so.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed. Those watching
Yeah.
and those playing, especially those playing. That's what I do it for, is for the players. So hopefully everybody enjoyed and thought that was entertaining, at least,
Absolutely.
and not
Yeah.
too traumatized by what we did.
And this is what us Chaos Dwarves do. We know that you spend ages preparing these wonderful and interesting things, and we're just the ones who push the party through the door to experience them.
If they were
Press
left on their
the
own, they'd spend 3.5 weeks trying to work out what to do. Well, we just
Always press the button.
True.
Always press the button.
Always press the button to Chaos Dwarves. I can rely on you for that. It's very much appreciated. All I've got to do is put some shiny buttons down and see which one you press.
absolutely.
All of them.
Yeah, as many as you can before you get zapped into some alternative dimension.
Yep.
Superb. Well, as again, thank you very much for playing. It's been a real fun pleasure to run this evening. I've really enjoyed myself. Thank you for indulging me. I hope everybody had fun, enjoyed the lore drops, etc. I suspect we would have gotten more if Celeste was available to play, but I wasn't prepared to do that without her being there. I don't think that's very fair.
No.
So we will be back indeed next Tuesday right here for episode 48. There is no as yet unnamed campaign, which is probably going to be called The Investigators. We might not have that yet, but it might be.
No, wait, well, stop trying to push that.
Apparently it's not going to be called that. There is none this Sunday because we are taking a break. Our DM has other things to do, which is fine. Real life comes first. We will be having a break the week after that as well on the Sunday. But fear not, we will be here every Tuesday from now until we can't, which hopefully will be never.
Do you go up a level?
No, I was about to say, are there any questions? Let's go around the room. Gus has decided to ask that, do we go up a level? No, you went up a level like last week.
I know, I was just asking.
So, no, you don't. So, has anybody got a question? Would anybody like to go first?
Is Balo bored?
I mean,
Terribly.
feels like it, doesn't it?
It does.
It feels like he's casting about for something to do. Which,
Someone
for a
to
Chaos
do.
Lord, is quite terrifying.
I was going to point him at Dar. I'm sure he'd find some interesting people.
He's already been pointed at Dar.
Yeah, it was.
Was there actually a butler-esque person with Bunratty?
I mean, you didn't see one.
We absolutely should, after Twitch has gone, explain to Debbie who Bunratty was.
Yeah. we
And
will.
possibly to Ash and Martin as well.
I'm slightly aware because I've been filled in.
Okay.
Yeah, but
For those of you who want to know, Bunratty was the big bad of campaign 1. Or
Right.
one of them.
Still sore. I was the one that wasn't resurrected, remember?
Oh,
There was an enormous fight, and the guys were about to kill Bunratty, or there was Balo appeared and offered to take him off their hands and torture him for all eternity because he was owed by Bunratty.
I
So
see.
that was a bit of a lore drop for those that were involved in campaign 1.
and-
Apologies to everybody else, but I had to do it
The-
because you ended up in Balo's realm.
Yeah.
I did roll a dice to see where the well of what many worlds was going to take you.
and the room
And we
of
got
jars
lucky.
was a bit of a
Root
nod to
Jars
campaign two.
appeared in campaign 2
Yes.
in relation to the Grand Master.
Yes.
Because his sister-in-law had made a deal, and I think the Grandmaster had also probably made a deal at some point as well, and
I remember
it just
made
got
all the deals.
really
many.
messy.
They
No, the grandmaster
basically
just forgot.
they basically were
And-
charged with going into Balo's realm and finding the jar that Clarissa
Yeah.
was in, her soul was in, and stealing it back from Balo.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that'd go well.
It did.
They got away with it.
Yeah.
Fake jar
well,
lined up.
Yeah, we did.
You had some fun there, didn't you? Didn't you get
Tidlin got
Tidley got idiotized or something? You like
That's right, yeah.
lost all your intelligence.
Yes.
feeble mind.
Feeble mind.
Tilden, the worst spy in the world.
So, yeah.
So
It's
anyway,
never a spy.
any more questions about campaign 3?
Yeah, a question you can't answer. What the fucking hell deal did Darcy make?
I mean, you could go and ask Darcy.
Oh, I plan to, because, the dynamic has changed. It's no longer the rest of the group fearing being skinned alive by Darcy or Menahill. It's now trying to hold Miette back so she can get answers from Darcy before she pummels her to a very, very tiny heap of dust.
Oh, to be fair, as long as Miette gives Snow ample chance to sort of like set up a viewing area, sell tickets, and generally sort of make money from the rest of the Wandering Gusts to actually watch what happens, because it's going to be freaking hilarious.
The Peladasatorium.
The advantage you'll have, the only advantage you'll have in that situation is the fact that Snow can move faster than Miette. So you have that much jump time.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yes,
Okay.
I
Anybody
have other
else?
questions about Baylor, but I think I need to address those to you
Okay. Melissa.
separately.
Could I have a session where I don't have a panic attack, please?
No.
Nope.
No.
You asked, I answered. No.
Being scared by snow every session to that. Oh boy.
Yeah, but I've got
I'm
a
in
new
trouble.
toy now, so I can do it so remotely. I don't actually have to be there anymore.
Snow with spellcasting is a terrible, terrifying prospect.
Indeed it is.
Or inspired.
Well, anybody else have anything they want to ask? Okay, let's ask our resident tech expert. Terry, do you have anything for us? She's laughing now because I called her the tech expert. Well, you know, the sound advisor, shall we say, when the sound is bad, or when I'm tapping on the microphone. Yeah. So yes, with that, we will say goodbye to our stream. Thank you all very much for watching. It's been a blast this evening. I've really enjoyed myself. I say we'll be back on Tuesday. Go and check out all the other streamers that we follow, and have a wonderful week. Bye bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.